Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's your boy, Dave Sharpe. And this morning, we've got a powerful conversation around this hat as much as I like my other hat over here. Especially if I got to throw it around a little bit. So we're going to have a powerful conversation around a couple powerful topics. As you can see, just from the title, that this gentleman was a full-time financial service employee and has figured out a strategy to grow his, or I would assume it's going to apply to anybody. We'll find out. A Facebook group in 60 days or less. JT, welcome to the show, brother.
Morning, Dave. How are you?
Good. Tell me where you're calling in from.
I'm just outside London in the UK.
All right, my friend. All right, mate. Well, cheers. Or is that Australia? See, I get
That's
these.
Australia.
Well,
mate, you can get away with.
you can get away with mate up there. You guys call each other mates, and there's a few other things that you do that are, you look at your diaries, we look at our calendars, there's a few differences, but I've got a lot of UK friends, so I'm pretty used to all that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, how the heck are you and why are you here? I mean, you're in financial services. Isn't that mean you were getting rich on the European stock market and all that? I mean, I see doctors and lawyers and, stockbrokers and financial service planners and people and all this coming into online marketing. And I just thought that this industry used to be for people that couldn't get real jobs, couldn't get real careers. And now we see all these people here over the last 10 years since I've been doing this, from all these legitimate careers coming in and making this a new career. Talk to us about why that is the situation for you.
So, from my point of view, Dave, I left school, went straight into a job. I didn't do the college, didn't do the university, got no degree. All I've got is high school qualifications under me. It's probably the best way to say it for you guys in America. For me, it was financial services is all I've known. So I've done it for the last 25 years. I've grown through the organizations that I've been with, and I'm a long-term employee for some of these.
Mm-hmm.
So I am still doing it. I haven't quit the 9 to 5. I am still doing the 9 to 5. It's just the way the economy is at the moment. It's the inflations that are going on, especially in Europe at the moment, is covering those extra costs that we're all incurring. The house prices over here certainly ridiculous, and like the mortgages that you've got to pay off some of that debt, etc. Especially when the pandemic hit, and that yes, you take a mortgage holiday, but you still got to pay it back at some point, etc. So that was one of the reasons I got into this. And actually, Dave, I actually bought the course back in July of last year. But like a lot of people, and a lot of people you've probably spoken to quite a few times, is I sat on it. I actually sat on it until October. So I actually didn't start the 15-day until October of last year. And God, do I regret it. So
Hey man, well, wow, what a unique perspective that we get to hear this morning. Every day we get to hear real stories from real people of what's really going on out there in people's lives. So thank you for sharing that, JT, because for a lot of us in this industry, we had a good 2020 and 2021 financially. Everybody came online. And a lot of folks in our community maybe are thinking, well, is it all over? Is because we're always afraid we miss the boat, or we're always afraid that just it's not going to, for whatever reason, we're going to show up to the party and they're going to say there's no more party. But what I'm hearing, just as I suspected, and just as I've seen happen in multiple up and down turns in this industry, is that when things are good, people spend money because they got it. When things are rougher, people come here because they need extra money, because they need to get by. So they need extra skills. Now, whether you go back into the make money online niche or you go to another niche, the bottom line is when inflation happens or recessions happen or whatever, what humans typically do is exactly what you're talking about. Pay down debt, invest in themselves to try to either make more at their current job, get a different job, or start a business.
Yeah, and I was exactly the same last year. I was doing the, oh, okay, I can go and download something off of Canva and put it into Etsy and make some money there. And as I told my Facebook group only this week, yep, I lost more money than I actually made through Etsy. So it didn't work. I ended up doing the online surveys that everyone says, oh yeah, you can make money, you can make a bit of money. Yes, I made money through the surveys. Was it what I'm making through Legendary? No way near. And so, and being honest, they become too personal. So you can do all of what everyone's saying is out there today as a side hustle, but comparison to what affiliate marketing is, nowhere near close.
No, no, it's not. It's really not. And it's been some time. It takes some time for some people to see that and to realize that. Um, specifically just because, specifically just because when you come into this industry, when you come online and you start getting interested in make money online things or courses or education, guess what else happens? I'm about to tell some people's story and they don't even realize that I know their story. They don't even know their story because here's what I mean. Sometimes you come onto the internet into a new place and things start happening before you even realize what's happening. So let me tell you what actually happens. You get interested in, say, building a business online. All of a sudden, you saw a video on TikTok. You watch it. Now, guess what TikTok starts showing you more of?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of it.
Exactly. So now all of a sudden, you start seeing all this stuff. And we think all businesses, all gurus, all training, all business models are created equal. And we also think, not you, JT, I just want to try to help people identify what happens sometimes when we come into this industry and why we get lost, why we go off on a track that, where we lose time and money. Another situation might happen where you got somebody like me who's trying to aggressively sell because that's what marketers do. I'm trying to aggressively convert, but I'm also trying to be realistic and tell people it's going to take work, tell people it's going to take effort, go live every day, have real ass conversations where I can't hide, our customers can't hide. It's just real talk. But you know what? Not everybody in this industry plays to those same standards. So we've got people who show up in your Facebook inbox, people who show up that you subscribe to their list, people who you're now seeing on TikTok videos, and they're promising you the world that you have. And you know what? We're suckers. Human beings are suckers. So we say, oh, sounds better, sounds easier. Going to go do it, right? Because that's what human beings do. It's a phenomenon. It's nothing that we can help. Last year when things were going really great, I made investments. I bought what I felt the euphoria of spending. So I'm saying this stuff relates to me too. It's a phenomenon that happens in human beings. But in order to now come back and actually succeed with your online business, you have to cut out the distractions and you have to begin to learn the difference between, excuse me, I'm going to get real high level, very technical and very professional with these next terminologies. You have to have a built-in bullshit detector. You folks are looking to go in business. You didn't just fall off the turnip truck. So we have to use some common sense. And look, we've all got taken. We've all got off track. But just realize that everything out there is not created equal and everything doesn't deserve your time just because they make a claim that you can make 6 figures in 6 months or whatever it is. So do you have any experience with that, JT? Because obviously, just in these last few years, the amount of people that come into our Facebook group that are trying to just literally, these folks are leeches, they're dogs, they're sharks, they're the bottom feeders of the industry, and we got to be aware of them, and we got to know that they exist. Not everybody's our friend.
Oh, plenty of time, especially over Facebook, Dave. it's probably the worst place to find them. So not only the DM, but the friend requests that come through over Facebook, that these other people will try and attach you to their cause that they want.
And I've considered deleting that Facebook group. I just want everybody to know that, like, I know these people are out there, and it's like, for me as a leader, instructor, facilitator, it's my job to try to create a safe community. And that is, you know, that is what we tried to do with that Facebook group. And unfortunately, but we have to get used to, folks, this is capitalism. We have to get used to, I can't shield you. Nobody can protect you. Nobody can protect me. These choices are going to be in front of us our whole career. And we have to learn how, you know, to say no, how to set boundaries. We have to learn that just because somebody hits us up on Facebook group, we don't have to respond and then go into this big, long explanation of what we're doing. You don't have to explain. I'm not talking to you, JT, just everybody out there. You
No, you're right, mate.
have to explain yourself to any jackass who showed up in your private message who wants to slow your business down by distracting you and taking you off on some BS, you know, coaching rabbit hole. And so I think the time is even more important now. If your money is tighter, for, you know, if you're affected by what's going on out there, to be even more, you know, making sure that you're learning from, spending money with, and not getting sucked into people who are going to waste your time and waste your money. And there are a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. That's just a fact, Jack.
And to be honest, they've done the U-turn as well. And you know the ones that are out there. They weren't on TikTok. They weren't on Facebook. They weren't putting videos out. Guess what? They're back on TikTok. They're back putting videos out. I saw the main two that you know, Dave, as well, that you had previously, that when you did your video previously, that he popped in and popped off. He's now doing live videos with another one just to promote their own calls. So I see it all the time. And being honest, Dave, with you, and what I see also, and this happened to me probably last week or 2 weeks ago now, when you become very stable and very focused and people see that you're attracting new people, they want to be you. And I got cloned. I didn't get hacked. I got cloned on Instagram. And I had to go back to Instagram. I got everyone that's good on my side, and a lot of the legendary guys that I'm connected to as well through all the other platforms backed me up, said, oh, yeah, JT, we see there's another account trying to impersonate you. Is it you? No, it's not. Can you report them, etc.? So if we've got this community, it's great because actually we back each other up. We see a clone in there. We get rid of it. And Instagram was great for me because actually one of the tricks of the trade, and I'm going to, Dave, hopefully throughout this conversation, I'll try and drop some tricks of the trade for you guys. On my logo that I've got for Money Warriors UK, I actually put the TM next to it. And if you guys don't know, the TM is an unregistered trademark, but with the intent to register. So I've done that on my logo. So any of my posts that I put out on Instagram that has my logo, guess what? If you go and clone my whole profile, you've cloned my logo that's intended for registration. So I went back to Instagram and said, actually, someone's trying to take my trademark, take my copyright information. And it stood more than actually someone trying to impersonate me. So tip of the trade there, Dave, that actually that helps. It might help someone else if they're seeing that as well.
Having basically a trademarked image in your profile image is what you're saying. Your profile picture, like that would be like me using the legendary, well, that's actually a registered trademark. That'd be like me, what, using my face and putting TM next to what? Explain.
No, just your logo. So you've got Be Legendary, yeah. If you put TM next to it with the intent to register Be Legendary, no one else has got it, and you said, well, actually, you're going to put that T-shirt up on a post, Dave. Someone takes that post and said, actually, I'm going to build that T-shirt. You go, actually, no, that's mine, because if you see that logo, it's got TM next to me. That's yours.
Yeah. That's a good.
It's a simple thing like that. It's that TM. It certainly strengthened the case that I had with Instagram, and I would recommend to anyone, yes, you're setting up your brand, your business, and that, but any logos or anything you're pulling out there as your business, make sure you just put the TM next to it. I'm not sure if that's the same in the US, whether it's
I don't
the
know.
same trademark, but certainly recommend that, Dave.
Check with your lawyers, everybody. You know, but yeah, it's a great idea. You could do a little bit of research and figure out if that's something that will hold up in your part of the world. But seems to be holding up for Instagram. They seem to be responding to it, right? They're respecting TM.
And it was a personal personal email as well from Instagram, which is very unusual for them.
Wow. That's really cool, man. So you have that going right now on all your profiles. You got the little you do that.
So if I'm putting up a post, so if I'm putting up a design image, I'll put it in the top pocket that there's an image. And when that person just completely clones my whole profile, they took every image as well, and that's what I had them for.
I got you. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. These people out here, we don't have to come up with you know, it's like I'm not a legal person. I'm not a person that likes to go after people or even ever have to worry about this stuff. You know what I mean? Because like I have never in my entire life tried to impersonate or scam somebody out of something like posing as somebody different or taking somebody's money and then not, then disappearing or whatever, or like this, it's beyond my even ability to relate to it, because which is half the reason why I'm mostly defenseless towards it most of the time. I don't even know how to defend myself against this stuff for most of the time, because I can't even, I don't even know that it's coming. It's like, and then, once we see it, we have to get the troops and like, what are we going to do about this idiot? I mean, and this sort of stuff happens all the time. I've got a couple of stories. I won't waste time and go into them right now, but yeah, it's important. I think the big takeaway from this conversation, and we're talking about Facebook groups anyways, or we're going to here in a moment, is everybody doesn't have your best interest in mind. And also the amount of time that you can waste. See, I think one of the biggest things after you post the content, how you decide to interact and what you do can really be whether you waste tons of time or not, because it doesn't take making the piece of content, JT, is you have to do that. But then once you post it, how you come back, interact with people in the comments, how you have to, that's what takes all the time. And so I'm interested to hear some tips from you about how you manage your Facebook group and what you do with your Facebook group to keep it, I guess, in tip-top shape, to try to both help it, convert, to help it be a tool of conversion for you. But also, how does it not become a time suck to you? And how do you not create a breeding grounds for just a bunch of other people to sell their crap in your Facebook group?
No, complete understand. So, Dave, let me take you. So, as you know, I'm on nearly every platform. So, I even had to try Clapper recently. I don't know if you've come across that one, Dave. So, Clapper.
No, never heard of it.
It's in America. It's Clapper. It's another app very similar to TikTok. Didn't work for me. Might work for others. It didn't work for me, but
I knew there'd be another TikTok coming right behind the old TikTok.
Yeah.
People are thinking, is TikTok over? It's like there'll be another one right around the corner. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's there, but it's not very strong. So just bear it in mind. So for me, TikTok is still the platform that I'm using to post videos, etc. That's my main first one that I'm going to create a video on. I personally don't interact within TikTok at all. Someone may comment on one of my videos and I'll go back to it. But what I do have in TikTok is the bio link actually posts back to my Facebook group. It doesn't go to my website. It goes back to Facebook group, and it goes back to the Money Worries Facebook group. So if I talk about Facebook, really, I've got two profiles on Facebook. I've got my own followers, my own page. I've got JT Money Worries UK, That's there. Associated to that, I then have my Money Worries UK affiliates group.
So you have a business page, and then you have a Facebook group that's connected to that business page.
It's a business profile page is probably the best way. Not Money Worries UK, it's just JT. So it's my page with a bit of my personal detail within it. So then the group
I mean, it's a fan page, right? I mean, it's
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, because you can only create 2 types of pages on, or you can create 3 things in Facebook, right? You can create a personal profile, a business page, or a Facebook group, right?
Yep.
So I don't want to flick you off here, but you created a business page, right?
No, profile, JT profile, Money Worries UK business profile, not business page.
What the hell is the difference between a personal profile and a business profile?
Just more interaction. That's what I find it more easy for people to interact with me on that one.
Okay, so what you're saying is, what's it called?
I didn't. So it's JT Money Worries UK is my personal profile business page.
What Money
Worries UK.
Worries?
Yep.
Money Worries UK. So you have, man, son of a gun, you did. Okay, you created a personal profile. Okay, got it. Okay. But you created a personal profile that you use for business purposes, is what you're saying.
Yep. And the reason I do that is because going back to that conversation that we had ages ago, Dave, is you don't want your friends and family linking to you, and that's how you're getting the attraction. You want this to be a business of such. So this is me. So this is, I can tell my story about me. So as you'll see on here, I've told the story about how I'm promoting, what I'm doing, etc. I might put on there what some of my successes, giving people that early mindset, because what they're going to do, Dave, is they're going to follow you before they're going to interact with you.
Right.
So if you'll see at the top of this page, Dave, I've got over 5,000 followers.
Right.
And that because they're following me. So the good thing is, guess what? They're following me. So every time I'm posting on my profile page here, it's like having 5,000 friends. They're going to see every post that's coming up to them.
I think the biggest, like one of the biggest things that Facebook did on your personal profile that changed the game is it lets you do a pin post. Do you agree?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Because now you can take your absolute best post, whatever you want people to, you know what I mean? Like your call to action, and it's just right there. It's the first one. You can, you know what I mean? Leave it there, let it build up engagement. I would even, if I was you, I would even say, leave me a comment below and tell me something about yourself as well, just to kind of get this post right here super blowing up. That's just, maybe you've got a different strategy, but that's one thing that just came into my head, just because this is such a important post right here. It's your pinned post, it's your top post, and you just want all the bells and whistles firing off on this thing. But anyways, back over to you, because you're here to tell us what you're doing.
Yeah. So as you've got in front of you at the moment, Dave, this is me. This is my personal page for the business as such, promoting my group. But as I said, so you've gone from a TikTok reel, you've come across, you've seen the group and not want to join the group, but actually you can see my name. I'm JT Money Worries UK. Great. I'm going to go and just going to follow you. So I'm going to follow you for a bit longer. They will then start to see all of the reels as well, because my reels are starting to come up on that JT Money Worries UK on Facebook. Great. I like that. I like the reels.
How do you even find the friggin' reels, man? It's like they got them hidden. You know what I mean? You can't even see somebody's reels. Did you notice that, JT?
Yeah, there is a way. I have to keep flicking, but there is a way to find the reels on there. Can't remember off the top of my head.
It's crazy how they've kind of, they're showing them, they're pushing them, but they're not making them a dominant part of your profile yet. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
They're not like making them easy to find right on your profile. I feel like they're just really testing them and dialing them in, and because they're going crazy. I mean, reels. Whenever you go on Facebook, you're seeing tons of reels in your timeline right now. No, they're.
And
If you
to
go
be
ahead,
honest, Dave, I hadn't done reels since, well, I last spoke to Matt in February, and at that point, I hadn't gone on to Facebook reels. It was just starting to come over to the UK at that point. I got off that call with Matt and said, right, I'll give it a month. Let's see if we can get it on. Got them in March. I've started to take my TikToks, put it onto Instagram, put it onto Facebook reels,
right
and I would say in May, I had 4 videos go viral all at the same time, and I had a weekend. It
on
was the
Facebook,
most on Facebook. It was manic. It was just comment after comment. I'm interested. I'm
right,
interested. I want more information. It
right.
was
Y'all better
a
just listen closely. That's all I'm saying right now. Y'all better be listening closely.
it was the most manic weekend. It was certainly worthwhile because you see if you go to my dashboards and you'll see the peaks and the memberships and the followers going up. But the good thing about having this profile on Facebook, Dave, is because they get to see the notifications, because they get to see the reels. Because normally what I do, Dave, is actually when I've got a story, I'll put my reel into the story on this profile page as well on Facebook. So not only are they getting those notifications daily from me, when I'm posting my reel, I post it in the stories, they get that notification as well. So which
Yeah.
is great. It's back in front of them again. But after a time, Dave, they then go, okay, I want more information. I want to be more loved, an audience. Where do I go? This is where the
Well,
group comes in.
okay. Let's just pause right there because I mean, man, I just want to recognize the what do you call it? What do you call it? Like the omnipresence of you so far. If they found you on TikTok, now you've also got them on Facebook, right? And there's just however you get them there. I just want people to sit back and just think for a second. How influential and powerful do you think that is when somebody goes to a different social media platform and sees the same video from you? Doesn't even have to be a different video. Just to say, they're like, wow, this person's everywhere. They know what they're doing. JT, do you agree with that?
How many times I get that comment? I've seen you everywhere. You're on my feed everywhere. Great,
Everywhere.
come and talk to me.
It's crazy. All right. So hopefully that was a note that you took there, folks. Now let's move on. So we've found them on TikTok. Okay. We've they're clicking their interest. Oh my gosh, we've come right to your Facebook group. Okay, now I'm gonna join the group. Take us through sort of the indoctrination process, which
Yeah.
which really, folks, is how do we bring them into our world? A lot of you are just trying to convert, on day one. You think this is not prostitution, folks. This is long-term marriage. This is dating. This is courting. This is human beings that want to be treated with dignity, want to be educated, want to be interacted with. And that's, quite frankly, that's really no offense to those out there who have to do sex work as their profession, not even really trying to throw stones at you. But back over here to the matter at hand, which is that we're dealing with human beings. So JT, they've clicked on your TikTok. And what the heck? Hold on a second. Is this a Facebook group? What's the strategy next? And why are you looking to try to bring them into a Facebook group before you even take them to a landing page or whatever? This is a different strategy. This is a unique strategy. And you know what? It's a beautiful thing because here's somebody who's testing and tweaking and trying things out. And here we are, have the ability to learn from them. And there's no one single way to skin a cat in this industry. But I'm sure as we go through this process, we'll see that a lot of the principles are the same. So JT, continue to take us through the process.
So Dave, as you said, this is the Facebook group. So they've clicked in, they've joined. So part of the join in, they, again, like anyone else, they're going to have questions. So you put up your 3 questions that you want to know that information about that person joining. Where did they find you is the first question. So I ask them, actually, where did you find me? Was it TikTok? Was it Instagram? Was it actually organic growth? Because you've got to remember, Facebook has its own algorithm as well. So if you've got a community within your group that's talking and making questions, etc., Facebook's going to push your group in front of people that are interested as well. So not only are they coming from the other social platforms, they're also coming from within Facebook as well. So I'm asking that question, asking what stage they're at, because you still want to know that you might get those affiliates that have just started, it didn't work, or actually there's completely new, or you might have the experienced ones that just want to know how did Facebook grow, sort of thing. So I'm asking that information. So like anyone else, there's the standard or personalized questions that I've put out there, and then I let them into the group. Again, I've got automation set up. So Dave, like hopefully most of us as an affiliates, we've got automation in place. I again, as long as most of the questions are answered, Facebook's going to let them into the group. It's going to make sure that there is ways that you can go back and check those questions if you want to.
What automation are you saying you're automatically approving people?
Yeah, if they hit if they answer the questions correctly, Dave. I get the information I need in there. Facebook's got the administrative assistance automation within the group settings now.
Oh, they've got that automation setting within the group, right in the Facebook platform.
Yep, exactly that.
Oh, wow. Okay. And that's back in your group settings?
Yep, it is. It is.
Really? Wow. That's interesting.
And it's the same with declining people as well, Dave.
Where is that at? Just my own personal
You're on it's right at the top. It's like an admin assistant. It's called on the left-hand side of the panel.
Oh shit, right there. Okay.
Yep. So you can do decline and acceptance.
Unbelievable.
So it's it's tweaking it, Dave. It's like what works for your business as such. So like you said, Dave, if there's people you want to block or don't answer it correctly for you, you can get them out straight away, sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean if they don't? You talking about as they're coming in?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as they're coming in. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So back over here, wait, where were we?
Too many pages, Dave.
No, never too many pages. I don't even get started. I'm not even warmed up until I got 50 windows opened up on my computer sitting in front of me. That's when I get fired up and I'm ready to go to work. I gotta have enough distraction to get focused. That's what most of us entrepreneurs would tell ourselves, at least. But okay, so we're here. I noticed also, as I was, you're collecting an email. Is there any automation that you have set up that's putting them into an email autoresponder? Are you collecting and manually subscribing them to your list from right there? Why are you asking for their best email?
So I'll tell you something. I started this originally with Group Convert. Some of you affiliates would have known about this. So there is a tool that you can get called Group Convert, which you can import and have it as an extension on Chrome. I did it, didn't like it, being honest with you, Dave, didn't work for me. I found that the majority of the time, people didn't give you your email when they join a group, and that they will do everything else, but they won't give the email. And I thought, okay, this doesn't work for me. This has caused me a problem. It's hitting, the automation's not working as well. So what you
pause. I just want to point out the wonderful, beautiful, critical thinking that you did right there. This is really important, because when you run into something that is not working out the way that you envision, you got to adjust. You don't raise your hand and wait for the teacher to walk over to you. It's game time, baby. I mean, it's up to you whether you're putting food on your table. This is the mentality we have to have as a business owner. And it is completely and totally within your freedom, your right. You have total and utmost permission from every human on this planet to take unbelievable action to just change the shit up and test it a different way. That's a very professional technical term. JT, I just wanted to point that out to everybody listening, because you're testing, you're finding out what's working for you specifically with your customers. And also, here's the other thing. What do you enjoy? You don't want a business that you hate. So you're also testing and tweaking. How can I get this to work without me having to be there clicking buttons every day? Can I automate this? Can I, right? So that's what I'm hearing that JT is doing. And I just want to point that out to everybody, that JT doesn't have any advantage over anybody else to do these things except the critical thinking aspect. Just, you got to adjust and you got to give yourself permission to change things up. But back to this. So people were not giving you their email address, and you were looking to get their email so you could then also hit them up. And so you said, I see what you did there, to get a ton of extra free training. Is that the tweak that you made?
No, that's not the tweak. That's not the tweak.
Tell me. I'm staring at it.
So when you're on a welcome note, Dave, so once you're in the group, I would welcome you. Like anyone else, you do a welcome post. So within my welcome post, I actually put 2 hyperlinks. So I do the training one, Dave, that I think that's the one you've seen. Sorry, I can't see your screen that clear at the moment, but you do get the welcome post with the training. But you will also get a link that says, come and download my free ebook. And guess what? They click on the ebook, which is in my funnel, and gives me their name, email address. So they've not signed up to Legendary at that point, but guess what? They're now in my email funnel sequence and starting to get my emails on a daily basis to promote Legendary. And that's
or
how
anything else that you want. Or,
yeah, I mean, and that's how.
Understand, folks, this strategy works. It's transferable. So if for some reason there's a therapist sitting on here that wants to figure out how can she spread her message or he get more clients, because we all now realize, therapists and clients, that we'd actually rather do our therapy at home on our computer via Zoom. So they can now get clients from all over the world, and this would work for them too. I just want to point that out. But you were about to drop a big nugget. So that's when they start learning about your product and service. And what else were you going to say?
Yeah. So all I was saying, Dave, on that welcome note, and this is where other groups fail. So other groups will just do, here, welcome, or a little picture of welcome. And I did that at the start, Dave, and that's where I still had that email. Can you
approve my request so I can see the type of post that you're talking about? You know what I mean? You got one up in the group.
Give me 2 seconds, man. Give me 2 seconds.
Because what you're saying, and as you're doing that, I want to try to speak this back. By the way, I'm going to stop sharing. How many people are getting value from this? Like massive, ridiculous, insane value? Let me hear you in the comments. Give Big JT some love. Come on now, people. Stop being so selfish with your love. My God, you can't keep it unless you give it away, for God's sakes. So I am seeing a strategy here correct me if I'm wrong, to make sure that we get the email, because you're bringing them over. It looks like, hey, just come join my Facebook group, more free value. But then in those questions, you're asking for the email. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. But then on that welcome post, you're also going to have a link to download that ebook. And in order to download that ebook, they got to enter their email. So that's your second shot. And that's what I would call a contingency plan. And why do we want to have a contingency plan at all times in marketing? Because we should count on people not doing what we want them to do. Not doing what we want them to do. Because if we could just get people to do what we want them to do all the time, well, we'd all be gazillionaires, right? And so you've built these contingency plans because you know, JT, most people are not going to do what you either instruct them to do or what you ask them to do, because people don't like to do. They want to do what the hell they want to do, right? So they're going to give you, and this is the thing that we all have to realize. They're going to give us their email, and they're going to give us their money, or give whatever we're referring their money, once they feel like they're getting more in return than what they're giving. And if you're not getting emails, and if you're not making sales, then for some reason people don't feel like they're getting more. They feel like it's like an even exchange, or maybe you're getting more. And we have to figure. And JT, I think what's beautiful about this is you're really trying to show them, hey, I'm going to give you more before I ever really ask you for anything. And I think the beautiful thing about kind of, having multiple places where you're asking for the email address, as well as you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket and so much pressure on somebody to give you their email at one place. You can do more soft calls to action rather than hard calls to action that make, I think the real, and you tell me what you think about this, JT, and then I'll go back to sharing my screen and we can go in and look at the post. But I think that the people who are doing the best nowadays with affiliate marketing are not the ones who are giving hard calls to action and always hard slamming. It's the people who you never feel like they're selling. Do you agree with that?
Oh, completely. And I try so hard not to get to a point of, yep, I'm promoting, I'm selling in front. I'm A lot of what I get from my community members, and you'll see Dave in here, is polls, etc., that I run with the guys, and even I'll put the question out there is, have you got started? Have you taken the 15-day challenge? Let me know where you're at. So not selling, but actually asking them, have they started? Have they used this time and this information within the group to actually get started, and or jumped on the email? And the best thing about this is, because these leads are then coming off the back of my funnel, or back of my sales funnel, I can put a new tag on it, Dave. So anyone that comes through here that's downloaded the ebook from my Facebook group, I've got a tag, so I recognize where that lead's come from.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you've got a tag. Are you talking about you're an affiliate for Legendary, and you say you put a tag so you can see where they came from in the Legendary back office?
No. In my own sales funnel. So in my sales funnel system, I've created my own tag. So because this is a separate funnel that I'm using, I built, it comes through, I can associate that tag as well. So yeah, you got to scroll to a yellow one, Dave. So there it is. Probably that is the welcome post there. So there you go.
And by the way, placing tags and everything, if any of you are feeling, overwhelmed by that comment or confused, don't worry. It's a very simple thing that is not important at first, but as you start to drive traffic from more than one place, like say you're driving traffic from TikTok, or you're driving traffic from your Facebook group, putting a little tag on the end of your link where it'll show up in your tracking software in your affiliate back office, so you can know, oh, that sale came from TikTok, or hey man, I've been doing this over here on Facebook and I don't see any sales coming from Facebook. It's just a way to know what's working, and it's a very simple thing that almost every single you're able to do it in what? ClickFunnels, System.io. What is it that you're able to do it in?
System.io is what I use.
System.io is ClickFunnels does it. Any one of them does it. So, but don't worry about it right now if you're new, and don't get in a rabbit hole. So here's your welcome post, and we know that the welcome post is a welcome post. Well, you've welcomed or tagged everybody who recently joined the group and so take us through. Now we've got the visual of what you were talking about before.
Yeah. So Dave, it's giving them a bit more history about me. And then there's, as you'll see, there's two links in there. One is to go and get your free ebook. Here's the hyperlink. And then the second one is, here you go. There's more information within the guide section here. Guess what? That's my page. That's the free ebook. Nice. I don't make it shiny or anything like that, Dave. And even if they didn't read the blurb within that welcome post, and they just saw the picture and the color, because it mirrors the website, they can just click on that picture, because guess what? It goes straight to the website.
Yeah.
So
right. Right.
And
So here's where they're going to go and get the download. Yeah, I got you.
yeah. And guess what? They're now in my funnel.
Yeah. Right. Right. I mean, it's there you go. Oh, I don't recognize that guy. Handsome devil. All right. So, how do you tag all these people? How do you get all these people? Can we show people that real quick? How would you
Yeah.
how would you do that?
I can't show it to you because only an admin can see it, Dave. But actually, as an admin of a group, you have a option right at the top of your groups, and I'll tell you what it's called because you'll be able to do it on your own legendary one. There's a drop down that says members right at the top across on the right hand side, Dave. On your, if you go across, you see you've got your about, discussions, etc. Should have one that says members.
I do.
Yeah, and normally if you have new members there, your first bit is there will say welcome new members, and they're already automatically tagged. You don't have to do anything. You just have to write the welcome post.
Son of a dadgum. Oh my! Hold on a second.
Let me know if you need me for marketing, Dave. All right.
I gotta just. This stuff is too easy. I'm telling you. I mean, it's just too simple. It's just, you know. I mean, I guarantee you somebody on my team knew that, but I didn't. You know, I didn't. And it's just these platforms are making it so easy for us to do this now. It's just. What are we going to do, JT? I mean, are we just going to take all this money for ourselves? I guess so. You know what I mean?
Would be nice, mate. Would be nice.
I tell you. I mean, it's
so
really
that's it, Dave. That's the basics, and that's how I've grown Facebook. That's how I've got 2 pages that that's where my content is. I do 2 posts every morning. And then in the evening, I post my reels up and the videos are there, and I let the system do what it needs to. And when I look at the sales funnels in the evening, then I'll see that people have gone in and downloaded it. And being honest, that welcome post, Dave, I only send it out once a week. And I can be up 20, 30 members every week, new members. And that it's a simple cut, paste, hyperlink, it's there. And then you just see the free downloads come. That's 30 new members have gone into the sales funnel.
And it's just a different approach because and not that you're the first one using a Facebook group. There's quite a lot of people in our community that are using a Facebook group. But it's nice to see how and why, and have you explain why you've done the things that you've done. And also to hear how simple it is to maintain it once you've got it initially set up. Right? I mean, you just even said to yourself or to us just moments ago that the welcome post, a lot of it's copy and paste, a lot of it's the same kind of stuff over and over again. And I mean, ultimately, think about it. What you're really looking to do is you want to be active and welcome kind of the new people who are going through or who are going to be, because people are the hottest when they find you in the first couple of hours, and then they're hottest in the first couple of days. They're hottest in the first couple of weeks. And after that, they pretty much, if they haven't bought from you by then, they're super cooled down. So in those first couple of days, to have as much interaction from you, or even to have interaction from you before you start sending them to buy stuff, can be really powerful when everybody else is just trying to get them to buy stuff. They're like, wow, what happens is their buyer resistance, that buyer defense mechanism that we all feel when we feel like somebody's kind of pitching us, that gets lowered. And people can actually hear what you're saying and hear the content because they're not. JT, do you know what I'm talking about? When you feel like somebody's high pressure, when you feel like somebody's high pressure in you, there's not a single thought that you have in your mind except get me the hell out of here. Right?
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. I've had a few of them. Yeah.
And we can create that feeling on the internet with somebody too. And you know what they do? They don't have to awkwardly try to figure out a way to leave the store. They just go basically and cover your kid's ears. Fuck this guy, and then just one swipe of the thumb. So here's a way to be different. Here's a way to be different. Here's a way to add a little value up front. What else can you tell us or teach us that's working? What did we miss? What do we need to know if we want to, try to deliver more value to our prospects as you're doing as well?
To be honest, Dave, is push them in a platform that you're comfortable with. So as an affiliate starting out, push them to somewhere you're comfortable with. I was comfortable very much with Facebook. If you look at my Instagram, it's completely in the pan. I don't know what Instagram's done to the algorithm, but it's completely not growing. There's no interaction. But you then look at Facebook, everything's going viral. It's great. I've even got videos going viral this week because I see the follower count go up. I get plenty of likes, etc. So it's where you're comfortable. So yes, I know some affiliates just want to post people and push people to your own websites in order for them to go to buy. If you don't feel, or you feel that actually you're getting lots of messages and comments and saying, "Oh, please DM me, let's talk," etc., do it in a platform that you're comfortable with. Take that DM over to Messenger and have that conversation, or like I've done, push them over to a group and then interact with them that way. Push content in front of them. And it doesn't have to be the same. So, Dave, you will see my profile page content is different to the group content because the group content is I'm nurturing those content. I'm actually giving them more information. I'm giving them more history about yourselves and Legendary. And Dave, you did a couple of posts recently as well. And I had one in particular said, "Oh, this is a complete scam," when I did a poll. So I took some of the information that I found on Legendary and my own insight on Legendary and actually posted that back to the people that said it was a scam in the poll. So it's being able to respond, and that's what I'm doing within the group. So that's all I can say to people is try to be where you're comfortable. Don't just try to be, "Oh, I'm going to go on TikTok and post a video and hopefully I'll get us out." It's not going to be that easy. And push it to somewhere you want to make a response to.
I love that. I love that. Where were you before you started marketing online? That's another question that you can ask yourself that can probably help you find that answer easier. It's like, well, I was just standing next to my mother-in-law last night and she starts showing me all these different things she's got built on Pinterest. And I'm like, holy crap. I mean, you're really well versed in this, right? And it's like, find a platform that you're comfortable in. Because that way you can navigate it quickly and easily. And all you're doing is you're going from being somebody who's consuming and just there to take and be entertained to now you're just moving to somebody who's serving and adding value. And it's just a different role on the same platform. It's just like somebody asked you to, stop sitting in the classroom and actually, I don't know, take the wheel and tell us where it's no different. I think that's the point that I'm trying to make here. People this is another fear that folks have, JT. Well, I don't want to go through the awkwardness of having a Facebook group with just a couple of people in it. Or what about those people that come to my Facebook group and they're the first ones there and there's nobody at the party yet? I don't really want to deal with that awkwardness. How did you deal with that? And what's your response to that?
I had 55 up until January that joined my group. That was it. And then I got off the phone. I made the reels. I pushed the reels out there. I pushed the content differently. And that people are going to be attracted to any freebie. So push the freebie in front of them. So that's what I've done with the welcome post. And
the free download, you're saying.
Yeah, exactly that. And it doesn't have to be an ebook. It's what you feel that it might be a whole list of hooks for videos. That might be your niche as such that you want to help and grow in their videos, etc. Whatever works for your members. And for me, it was an ebook about affiliate marketing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dave, I've got whilst you're now a member of my group, so when you do get a chance, and I know you're tight on time today, mate. When you do get a chance, there is actually a post about questions you would ask Dave if you had the chance. So would you mind putting some comments to those questions when you get a chance, mate?
Questions they would ask Dave. Where's that at? Oh,
there you
wow.
go.
All right, let me see here. If you had to start all over again, what 3 things would you do differently? 3 things would I do differently? Oh, man. What I think I would do is create a bigger success story with an affiliate as an affiliate before I went over to create any of my own products or jumped over to do other things. I think I would create a bigger success story with an affiliate as an affiliate. I think we undervalue and underestimate the power of creating a success story. And in order to create a success story, you just have to stick with something longer than most everybody else sticks with it, because those are the people that create success stories. So that would be one thing I would do differently. I don't know that I would do much else differently. What piece of advice would you give to any new business? Just start collecting contact information. Don't be like me. Don't be like me, where I started my journey. I had this out on a training the other day. Collecting email address or collecting business cards. This was what I handed out business cards at first, JT. And then I said, "Oh, I got the marketing secret. I'm going to collect them now." So I've got probably 1,000 in there that I never made me a single dime. But when I learned the power of being able to communicate or send a message to dozens or hundreds or thousands of people at a time, and I could send them whatever I wanted. I could really put in the effort to write a powerful email, or I could run a 5-day promotion to where I'm going to offer an additional bonus if somebody buys this affiliate product from me. And I don't have to do anything except write a note to people who already know me and subscribe to my email list. And they've already proven that they want to buy this type of stuff. And it's all I got to do is put a little effort and write a bit of a creative message and maybe offer something additional. And many of those people that are just sitting there, that I have their email address, will go and buy something, which will then give me money to pay a bill, buy a diaper, put gas in my car. And I also have no college education, was a high school dropout, got arrested several times before I was 20 because I was an addict, went to drug treatment, was a teenage father, still don't know my ass from a hole in the ground in many respects. But this ability to communicate one to many folks, whether it be via email, whether it be on your TikTok, are we even awake to understand and realize the potential to put a stupid little 15-second video that I recorded on my damn phone? It doesn't even have to be an iPhone 13, does it, JT? It can be an iPhone 5 or a damn smartphone, for God's sakes. And then just post the son of a bitch, and millions of people could potentially, JT, I could do it from my basement. I could do it from a sewer under a bridge. Is all I need is a phone and a little bit of cojones and a little bit of guts and a little maybe desperation or whatever the hell gets you up and going. So that's the piece of advice that I would give to any, business, whether you're a affiliate marketer, whether you're selling courses or coaching or events, or whether you're the dadgum hot dog stand right down on the corner of the street. Collect people's information and constantly communicate for eternity, as long as you're alive, with that customer base. Because if you treat them right, if you serve them, if you add value to their lives, they will support you. They'll pay your bills. You don't have to worry about recessions or anything else. These people pay your bills. And it's a load of no-cost software, a silly little phone that we sit here on our damn, holding all day long looking at BS anyways. Why wouldn't I want to try to give myself and my family a better life by using these simple tools and these strategies? So collect contact information, and stay in touch with your prospects over time. And I'd say this is one other piece of advice that I got. Don't quit before the miracle happens. I got this in 12 step, JT, when I was trying to get clean. I'm like, hey, I can't do this anymore, man. This is crazy. This is too much. I need to go get high. Don't quit before
No,
the miracle happens, Dave. Don't quit before the miracle happens, they said. And I stuck around. Today I'm 14 years clean, off of something that was going to kill me and I could not stop doing. And we have to apply that same rule here to business. Don't quit before the miracle happens. Don't quit before the miracle happens, because on the other side of this struggle and overwhelm is a beautiful life that you've always wanted, but you ain't going to get it for free, you son of a gun. So you're going to have to stay in there and go through a little bit of pain for it. Do you agree with that, JT? That's my advice.
completely, mate. Completely. Yep. It is a don't quit, and you will get there in the end. That's the way.
Well, hey, let's do a follow-up, episode number 2. What's the final piece of wisdom or advice that you have for anybody listening?
Anyone listening, get started. Just get started. Don't pull it off. Don't do what I did. Don't buy a course and let it sit there, because I've got plenty, like everyone else here, we've probably got plenty of members within our group that have bought the course and not started and still sitting on the fence. Just start. If you have bought it, start. If you haven't bought it, go and buy it and start. So that's all I can say. And then come and have conversations with people. We are a community, as you said, Dave. So, and personally, I love the group, Dave. So don't shut it down. So happy help you with it, mate. So
it pisses me off. It just pisses me off, dude. That's all. I mean, it just really just aggravates me. A couple of times I've had somebody reach out and be like, hey, I spent $5,000 with some asshole, and now he blocked me on Facebook. And then people look at us. The problem with the internet nowadays is if some scammer, and people need to learn what really a scam, you don't know what a scam is till you've really gotten scammed. And a scammer is an asshole who takes your money and disappears, people. That's a scam. Buying a course and not doing anything with it is life. That's life. It's the same way you bought that gym membership and didn't do shit with it. Just like me, okay? Look, we don't get to cry over if we do nothing about something. But I've gotten pissed a couple of times when some POS has come into our group and oh, Dave too, and they get all dropping names in the DMs and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I mean, these people are good. They'll get you on Zoom or whatever and then block you on Facebook after they get money. So be cautious. That's why I get pissed off. But that's me. I get pissed. I'm emotional, and I get I don't know. I fly off the handle. I process it where I need to process it. The reason why we're successful is because I fly off the handle, but I'm smart enough to know and got a lot of smart people around me. And I never do anything without my support group, JT. I don't make drastic decisions about our business here because it's not just my business. Legendary is not my business. This is a business that we all benefit from, and I'm blessed that to be a part of it, to be here. And I get to do this every day too. It's not just you guys are benefiting. I'm having a shitload of fun too. But I'm not going to delete the group, at least not right now, unless something goes unless I feel that the large majority of our community is somehow getting injured from it. But we have to learn that everybody doesn't have our best interest in mind. And unfortunately, sometimes that comes with a hard lesson, but we do block the shit out of them, Carolina. We work so hard to try to keep this community safe, people. I know I play dumb on here, but there's a lot of smart people, and I am dumb in many respects. I don't know how to operate most of this tech, but there's 80 something people or whatever that work in Legendary. We're working our ass off to try to make this. Discord is not better. It is a spam absolute fest. There's no place better than what we have and where we're at right now. And that's what I know about life. I got to be grateful for what I have. and I need to realize the grass is not green on the other side. This is how I operate as a marketer. I got to be better than the competition. I got to be better than the snakes. I got to be, look, I can't silence them. People are always going to be there. I got to just be better than them. I got to outmarket them. So that's another, when I see people who are attacking or whatever, I know, or if I feel like I got competition, and I do often look at people as competition, not because just because it motivates me. It's like, oh, for real? Let me show you what I can do. And I think that's a spirit of capitalism and competition that's healthy. And I think for me, I got to remember that too. This is not a game of run and hide. This is a game of, hey, it's a competition. And the more I look at it like a game, honestly, for me, the less I let it stress me out. Because hey, these screwballs are playing cat and mouse. And I just got to catch them. The people who are the competitors who are infiltrating my community and shit like that, I can also switch the perspective. What a blessing. I mean, thank God somebody's infiltrating and we don't have tumbleweeds. So there's always a way to turn a struggle into a strength. And there's always a way to turn a mess into a message. And so I think that's what marketing's about. And that's what this business is about to me. And I won't quit. I won't throw the group out because there's too much challenge there for me. There's too much challenge there for our team. I want to take Facebook groups, at least our Facebook group, and I want to try to get the most out of it. A lot of Facebook groups are shit storms, total cesspools, garbage. Can we still keep our Facebook group valuable even as it gets big? That's a challenge that I'm willing to take. And so, I think that's a valuable perspective about marketing is that there's a challenge. That's why we call it the 15-day challenge. And we had the 15-day challenge before challenges were popular, because entrepreneurs, there's something in all of us that when somebody says you can't, that really irks us. Do you agree with that, JT? And
completely.
And when somebody comes, or I'm going to come in and shit on your house. I get fired up. It's like, so no, I'm not quitting on you. I'm not quitting on the groups, but I'm processing and I got feelings. I'm a real human being, but I'm learning to, and look, we will overcome. Good always overcomes, darkness in the end. And there's going to be snakes and there's going to be bullshitters and there's going to be scammers on every platform that we go to. Our voices just got to be louder. So, all right, JT, I'm done, brother. I don't have any more hats to throw today. And
I feel I'm lost out today, man. No hats.
Thanks for coming on, dude. And thanks for all the value, and come back and see us in a couple of months and let's keep learning.
Will do. No problem, Dan. Thanks for your time. Cheers, mate.
See you, JT. All right, my friends, there he is. JT, love it. Love all the value from this morning. You guys have a fantastic day. It's Monday. It's another start to another beautiful week, another legendary week. And remember that regardless of what's going on out in the world of, stock market, this, that, oftentimes, and this is what it's all about to me, is about life design and creating your own economy versus being so affected and so reliant on this economy that is created and, quite frankly, is constantly being screwed up by all kinds of people and politicians and all kinds of stuff. And several years ago, I looked at that mess because I was a high school dropout and I wasn't really involved in normal society. I was a recovering addict. I was a construction worker. I got into internet marketing, and I took a look at society back in 2010 or so. And I said, you know what? I don't really want to be a part of that bullshit. That looks stressful to me. I don't want to, I don't want to play that game. And I haven't. And over the last decade, I've spent time creating my own economy, trying to create my own economy. And thankfully, each one of you has that same exact opportunity. And here's why, is because this industry, especially being online and being something that people buy in bear and bull markets, you really can also benefit and make money year round, no matter what the economy is like. So I also got really lucky in picking and finding this industry. And I think many of you, even if you may not see all the potential right now, just stick around and you're going to be absolutely blown away by how versatile. And I was just remaking a great example of that would be this. And I'll give you a little sneak peek. I'm remaking the business plan class webinar right now. And, back before COVID, we thought Amazon FBA, drop shipping, print on demand. I mean, those were some of the hottest niches, But unfortunately, when all your products are coming from China and they got to get here on a ship and your ships are backed up in the Pacific Ocean and the supply chain's down, well, physical products, businesses, almost overnight, boom. Digital products businesses, where the products can be instantly downloaded, and even more so, where essentially you're selling the tools that people need, the education that people need, not even, it's just giving them the education. Now, all of a sudden you have a versatile industry that is not dependent upon supply chains. It's not dependent upon all these other things. And somebody all the way around the world, even if they're buying a product in the UK or whatever, instant access, digital download, instant processing, fast, immediate, right? And so, man, we're in the right place. We're in the right place at the right time. And I'm just, we keep doing these shows every single day and keep putting forth this effort to try to drive home that message to everybody, to try to take advantage of this time right now, to position yourself and get in a great spot before, the rest of 2022 and 2023. Who knows what the hell else is coming down the road? We thought we saw it all in 2020 and 2021 and now 2022. But let me tell you something. The world's got something else coming, and your ass better be in position to be able to get through it and afford it. And now is the time. And this is the business model. Whether you do it here and learn about it here, whether you learn about it somewhere else, I really don't care. Just learn it. Be legendary. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode. Thanks, JT. Peace.